There we are. There. Helps I put myself on stream, and we are live Sunday night on DeWitt. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everybody had a great week. Let's make sure we are in fact live, and we do have audio. I like it. So far, so good. Everything's going good tonight. So hello, everybody, and welcome. And I think we have some early birds that caught some worms here. And I think Jose, yes, Jose Ferreira is always early, and sounds like he was really early. Like, because James L said Jose is here already, Teza's here, and we have, that's it. Hey, that's it that's spoken up so far, but we do have 6 people watching. Thank you for all you guys that do tune in every week, and thank you for my dog for making an appearance in the audio portion of this stream tonight. So, oops, 1 second, I got to get my water. Poured myself a glass of water specifically tonight because I'm very thirsty, and I left it over here. So I stepped out of frame for a minute, but hey, water is important when you're talking a lot. There we go. Shadell just popped in. Hello, Shadell. Hello. So when we left last week, we were talking about, we were starting to get, we were putting the hot end together. This guy here. Oh, this guy up here. We were putting the hot end together. But I was missing, I had broken a wire on the fan wire, etc. So I did go out and buy a JST PH kit, which has the tiny little connectors in it. We did manage to get we actually replaced both of them in here, and it worked. I didn't want to bore you with all of the wire stripping and crimping and stuff, but it worked really well. I've got lots of experience with crimping these kind of wires and making these kind of connectors now. So it actually, even though these things are puny, and I mean for my monstrous hands to hold a plug that is that big wasn't even a challenge. It actually worked really well. So I guess that old adage, practice makes perfect, is true because it worked really well. So we got that plug. We got a kit of those now, so we have that for future use, and we have that all fixed up and done. 3D Medic Vince, good evening. Good evening. And who else? Ballistic Tech, stripping. What kind of stream is this? Yeah, there you go. You missed the stripping. I didn't strip live. I stripped in my own privacy of my own basement studio. So, so we got that built. We started throwing a few things into the electronics bay, as you'll kind of see right here. We got our, here, let me turn the light on this camera to brighten it up a little bit there. There we go. So we got our little, I have no clue what these things are called, but these are where we connect all our wires on each side. I think these are called wire connector thingamaboobers. And we got our power supply, our main PSU in. We have our daughter board, or our little breakout board, whatever we'll call it up here, which is, these are all the wires that are going to the various motors, etc. And then I realized that I have my SSR, but then I realized I was missing an SSR mount, which I don't know where my SSR mount went to. And Death Cube, hey, wait, did you try the 1.25 millimeter ones for the like BL Touch connector? Oh, piece of cake. Those will be easy, Death Cube, and welcome. So, and then I also realized I took the Octopus off of here, the Big Tree Tech Octopus main board. I put it on my rat rig. So I was kind of stuck. Anyways, my good friend Richard Cleveland, I think a few of you know him. I saw him on Friday, and fortunately, he had an SSR mount, because you have to have this metal SSR mount in order to ground it properly. So he had an SSR mount that we needed, and he gave me, he's so generous, this guy, but him and I are generous to each other. That doesn't sound good, but yeah. Anyways, he happened to have a Big Tree Tech Octopus 1.1 sitting around with all the drivers on it, all the steppers on it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seven stepper drivers on it. And I may just have to replace 1 or 2 of these heat sinks, but they might just be good. But yeah, we have this board all ready to go. So, and it's even got Oh, it's even got the mounts already on it for my DIN rails. So I can probably get away with just sliding this on the DIN rail as it is. So that's perfect. So we have everything we need to get this thing started now. Aren't they like UK25B terminal blocks or something? Are we speaking about the SSR mounts? Anyways, we got that taken care of thanks to the generosity of a friend. So I don't need this box, this Ninja Tech box anymore, because it's not Ninja Tech. There we go. So we can go ahead and get the other things mounted on our inverse electronics panel down here. And then I just have to run some raceway strips in order to maintain the wires. And I have my bag of wires here. We also have a brand new Pi 4 3B, Pi 4B to put in it. Just opened this up earlier tonight. I realized that I did not print. I'm kind of hoping that I have one, but I don't have the Pi 4 mount yet. I didn't print it, but I have a bin full, and I mean a bin full of other printed parts from all the other Voron builds, and I'm hoping, crossing fingers, that I have a Pi 4 mount printed in one of those. If not, we'll just start a quick print on the bamboo behind us, and it should go. Stephen Labatt, hello, hello. Okay, so what we need to do for this is I'm going to let's go ahead and mount the SSR. Oh, it's already got the screws in it too. Look at that. I mean, you can't ask for better. So we'll just get this build going again. How's everybody's week been? Hopefully everybody's had a great week. We have 13 of you on here now. Awesome. I appreciate everybody that comes out and supports. I am, get this, I am 10 subscribers away from my 2,000 subscriber mark. I'm excited about that. That is awesome. And I just realized that last week I missed it. Last week was the 3rd anniversary of DeWitt 3D Canada. November 27th was my 3 years streaming. So awesome. Totally forgot about it, or I would have did a birthday stream. Oh, well, that's okay. That is okay. Andrew Humphrey, hello, hello. The comedian is here, folks. Andrew is in the house. Mic drop. Boom. Okay, now this guy, we can put this one in the hole. We'll get this SSR. Now, which way do I want this to mount? I don't really think it matters to me. I'm cheating over here. I have, at least I have the electronics wiring diagram over here. I don't think it really matters which way this goes in for the purpose that I'm using it for. If I can find the hole, there we go. We found the hole. Fire in the hole. The only thing is that when I have my instructions open, I have to let me move the chat over to this screen over here. Thanks, Jose. Thanks, Jose. I appreciate that. Now you got to fix the mic. Okay, let's see. Pop out chat. How do I pop out chat on this thing? Oh, I got to go to YouTube. There we go. And I got to go there, and I got to go pop out chat. There we go. And I drag that window over to this window, to this screen. We'll make that a little bit bigger. There we go. There, now I can have my manual open on this window here, and I can see the chat going over here. Too many mic drops. Yes. Okay, one more screw. And as I said last week, if anybody that wasn't here last week, we kind of mixed cameras up a bit here. We have an overhead camera now, like this, which really, I guess I could. I don't like the exposure. I'm going to get down the exposure on this one a little bit, but I could zoom that in a little bit, and then I could actually be putting the SSR together like this, using this overhead camera. So I figured it's time to have a decent overhead with a zoom on it so that we can actually see what's going on, but it's a little overexposed there right now, so I'm going to have to turn that down in a bit. So there we go. We have the SSR mounted to the thing, and I don't quite remember. This goes into the board, and then this goes out to the I got to remember how this all hooks up. I don't do enough of it to remember all this stuff. So if we go back to the floor camera now, the SSR, so the main board is going to go in. So we have the steppers. So I want the stepper plugs to be kind of all towards the outside here, because we're going to have a stepper coming in from here, stepper, stepper, and stepper, stepper. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's put this in here. Let's see what kind of a mount this thing has. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. That gives us room for plugging in the steppers. We have our fan plugs over here. And then the only other thing that's going on this rail is the Raspberry Pi, which is going to go kind of in around like there. Okay. You never knew your real stepper motor. Ah, good one. The good one, Andrew. Look, guys, that's like the old thing. I don't have one in front of me, but hey, this is my step ladder. I didn't know my real ladder. And now, so Andrew, you did pretty good there, but it's not that you didn't know your real stepper motor. This is a stepper motor. I never knew my real motor. It works better with step ladder. It works better with step ladder. Okay. Let's get the SSR. It's going to mount in here in front of these. It's just going to mount right here in front of these electronic little doomer thingies that you plug the doomer thingy wires into here. So this is obviously going to go to the main board. So I'm going to do it this way. And I believe this is what's going to come up to the bed or something. Anyways, oh no, this is going into here. Anyways, I've got to read some instructions on all this eventually anyway. So this guy is going to go in, and then our SSR is locked in right there. I know you can't see it too well. You might be able to see it a little bit from this camera. You can just see the SSR sitting right here. Okay. And then we have our connectors. I just call these my electronic connectors. We have our main power supply. And then over here, we have the breakout board. We have the main board, and then we're going to do the Pi here. And then I'll worry about all the wiring up and everything after I get all the components in place. So what I need to find now, there's all my wires, including another drag chain in there. Just seems like such an intimidating mess, but that's okay. I need to find a step stool is perfect because I actually have a step stool sitting right over there, but that joke's old now. So, okay, let's pop through these. These are all extra Voron prints that I've done. There has got to be in one of these bags a Raspberry Pi mount. I hope so. As I say, if not, I will just print another one real quick. It's not a big deal. We're going to need this. That's the ZN stop for the bed. And yeah, it's in red, but it's underneath, so I'm not overly concerned about that color. And then we have our main power switch. Well, we still got to print our skirt parts with the fans and everything yet too. So, but I don't see a Pi mount in there. Let me just check my other bag here. Okay. This looks like that's just the panel pieces. It's got to be, let's see, probably quicker for me just to print it than it's going to be to look through all these things. But hey, what the heck? There's no mount in there. There. Yeah, I got a lot of pieces. Okay, so I'm going to need, with the Pi mount, I'm going to need one of these. I don't know which one, but these are the pieces that clip onto the bottom of the Pi mount that allow me to clip these onto the DIN rails. So we'll pop a few of these out. I've got a bunch of these in here. Again, I don't care about the color. It's all hidden. That's the underneath the scene stuff. And I'm just hoping another one of them clips, because I don't know which one it'll take. Another one of them. I'm just hoping I have a Pi mount. Otherwise, I may be able to actually just screw the Pi onto two of those if I have two of the same that'll fit the Pi. Because I'm not overly worried about being mounted too tight. Another one of those. And that's it in here. Got to walk your pup. Okay, Andrew, catch you later. Hey, Miles Clayton, good. How are you doing? Good, it's going good, thank you. Nothing in there. Definitely not a pie mount in there. No, okay, well, I think, and another bag of parts. That's all to do with the 0.1. Okay. So I don't have a pie mount. Now what it's looking for, the part it's actually looking for, which I'm looking for, is Raspberry Pi bracket. I think that's the one. Yeah, so what I'm actually looking for is, I'll switch to my screen. I'm looking for that piece right there to mount for mounting the Pi. So again, that's not a huge piece to print. So as a matter of fact, I think what I'll do is just quickly open Bamboo Studio. I said quickly open Bamboo Studio. There we go. Okay, and we will go to prepare. And we'll drag that Pi mount thing there. And I believe I'm on the right. Oh, come on. Look at that. Don't you love just when Windows does this kind of crap? That's why I love Windows so much. Anyways, let's just go ahead and see. We're going to do 4 loops. We're going to do 4 upper, 4 bottom. These don't have to be too perfect, and 20% infill is going to be fine. This is just a quick piece grid. And let's see if I slice the plate. It's going to take a whopping 16 minutes to print this part, so let's just go ahead and print it anyways. It doesn't need a whole lot of, actually I'm going to up that infill just a little bit. I'm going to go 35% infill. And we'll reslice it. Should bring it up. Yeah, still pretty much the same time. And we're going to print it. And we are going to switch to my home, P1P, and send. Okay, we'll just print this part real quick. There we go. Okay. So we'll let that print. And in the meantime, I hope I have, I'm just trying to open the proper window here. There we go. Okay. And in the meantime, I hope I have one of these that is going to actually fit that part, which I think it does. One of these will fit it. But I'm surprised I don't have, because I took a, you know why I didn't have it? Because I had a Pi Zero on here before. And the Pi Zero didn't use the same kind of bracket that the Pi 4 is using. So that is why I don't have the proper bracket for this, but I don't think any of these, no, I don't think any of these are meant to actually go directly on the Pi. I think I do need that actually piece that I'm printing right now. Yeah, that's not good. No good. And I think these yellow ones are what I'm going to need to hold them onto the board. So we're just going to have to be patient for 15 or 16 minutes here and let that print. Actually, that one, no. Because we need the gap to be able to put the SD card in there. So that's why we have to print that on that proper Pi mount. So yeah, but in the meantime, I can start working on the bed. Do the Pi 4s run any hotter? Honestly, I don't know. They don't run too hot for me. They run around 40 to 50 degrees. But there will be fans blowing across all the electronics, so I'm not overly worried about the heat. I think they do run a little hotter than the Zeros, but not going to be a concern. Okay, let's just lower this bed so we're a little more even. Now I just need to mount, excuse me, on the bottom here. What's going to be my best way to do this? It's probably going to be better to turn this way. And I know what y'all are thinking. Why don't you use your lazy Susan you're always talking about? And I should, but I'm not, because I'm a lazy Tim. I have it sitting over there, but I just haven't put it on there yet. So I think where we're going to look is we're going to be mounting the Z end stop right here. Z end stop. I'm going to focus that. We're a little blurry there. There we go. Okay, so the Z end stop kind of goes in like so. And then we just have to adjust the position as need be when we go ahead and get everything on here. But that's a little lower now because I got the kinematic bed mount. So that might be too low. I may have to put a different pin in here. Or somehow, I mean, because of the kinematic bed, that kind of changes that. That's really low. That really should be up more about like so. So that should be sticking above the bed just a hair. But because I put the kinematic bed mount in here, see, we are too short. So methinks I may just need to get a new pin. So extend that pin out. And the kicker is this the one? Or was it? No, it wasn't this one, but I had another one that I had to grind the pin down on. But yeah, I think I need a longer pin on that. So let's just see how much room I have to move this, if any. Which I don't think I have much. Oh no, there's not much at all. Because that's got to hit that micro switch on the bottom. Yeah, no. I definitely need a longer pin, and this is a specific kind of pin because it's got that little cutout for the set screw in here. But that's the standard length, but that is not the standard length of the kinematic bed. Don't need it with tap. But I'm using, I don't think I'm going to be using tap. Now, maybe this is going to be incentive to use tap because I was planning on using the clicky probe, and the clicky probe does need this. So, and I also don't need it with, I don't need it if I get the beacon. There's really some good incentive there to just get either the tap or the beacon. I may just do the beacon. I ran a quick job on the rat rig today, and the beacon was like, bzz, 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 bzz. Anyways. Okay, well, we'll skip that for now then, but we do have to hook up the rest of the bed. So we still have to hook up the rest of the bed wires. So I'm just going to go ahead and look at the section for that and see what we have to do for that while we're waiting for this part to print. The bamboo is just warming up right now, so I'm going to open up the document for the Trident build and we'll get the bed going. We'll just get the bed wired up while we're waiting. A virtual end stop with clicky. Yeah, okay. Yes on the Z-axis, a virtual end stop. Oh, we'll see. I want to get a beacon probe for this. Anyways, what did I just drop? Something heavy. Oh, just my screwdriver kit. Oh, he says, just a screwdriver kit. Fortunately, nothing fell out. Oh, I like that. Where's the screwdriver part? Oh, did I lose it? No, I didn't. I don't think it's in there. Oh, good. All the bits didn't fall out. Okay. So I'm just going to turn this up. This is just so I can get at the, now we're looking down at the Wagos here. So we're gonna do the wiring up for the bed here. But I want to get the instructions for this because I'm not 100% sure on it. It's been a while. So use the same configuration. Use that configuration on your Tri-Zero. Okay, cool. Okay. Let's open my files. Where are my most recent files? Unofficial guide. No. I cannot find. I just have to quickly find the Trident assembly manual here for just be a second. It's right here in a folder. Assembly manual Trident. Here we go. Just find the bed. A lot of pages in the manual. Come on, where's the bed? There's the bed. Come on, all the way down to the electronics and the bed. There we are. Okay. Hey, Matt German, how are you, sir? That doesn't really help me much. That bed wiring is a lot different than the LDO kit. So let's go back and see if there's anything to do with the bed wiring on this LDO diagram. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. Although I want to make it bigger. Control plus. Okay. Bed thermistor, bed thermistor. Okay, so we're going to wire. Okay, so Pi 0 is actually runs a little hotter. Oh, does it? Okay, do the external Wi-Fi chip. Good to know. Didn't know that. Nozzle probe. Bed earth. Okay, so we have our bed earth coming off of here anyways. Now the bed earth is on the other side. So this is my bed thermistor. There we go. We have a bed thermistor, which is our orange ones, which goes in here. And then we have another extension that's going to run up to the main board from that. And then these two are the bed heaters. And we have one in the inner Wago. These are not specific polarities. And one up here. And we're going to run more wires from those. And those are the extensions that are going up into the main board. Okay. Those are good. We got to put our ground on, which is going to be in this pile of stuff right here. There we go. There's all our wires. Yaha. So we already have, there's our bed. These are wires for our bed. There we go. I didn't take them out of the, I didn't take it out of the drag chain. That's probably a good thing. Bed neutral, bed ground. There is our earth, and this black one is going to be our thermostat. And we are just got to kind of untangle a few things here. It's different building one of these from scratch versus taking it apart and rebuilding it again, because especially when you're adding some different modifications, because some things are a fair bit different. So I'm kind of winging a few things here. Okay, now what are you wrapped around here? There we are. There we are. Okay, so this is all my bad harness. So this is going to go. This goes to this end. And then we have our thermostat wire. And then these long ones are bed thermostat and ZN stop, which we may not need the ZN stop now, but hey. But which is which? I don't have them labeled on this end. I can figure that out easily enough. Okay, that's the ZN stop. This is the boring stuff I shouldn't be doing live, but hey, what the heck. It is what it is. It is what we are. I need to separate these wires so I can pull them around and determine which one is which at the other end, because I've only labeled them they're only labeled at the one end. I don't want to pull them out of the drag chain. Okay, there's the bed wires. There's the ground and the bed heater wires. And then we have our two stops. Come on. Ah. Okay. These are incredibly weirdly tangled. There we go. It's like untangling a spool of filament sometimes. There we go, got it. Okay, so this one's our ZN stop. This is our thermistor. So which is which? That's the ZN stop. Okay, this is our thermistor right here. I'm just going to mark that one. Let's see. I'm just going to mark the thermistor with a little piece of green tape. I have printable heat shrink tubing, but I'd have to unwire it and all that and yada, yada, yada. I don't want to do that. So, okay, let's see how many people dropped off the stream because of that silliness. 19 people still on. Look at that. I like it. Awesome. Okay, so this I can just leave as it is. Because this is going to go from, I just have to figure out how this attaches again now, because when I took this off, I didn't take any pictures, but I believe you were going there. And then you were coming all the way down here, and I need to put a mount down here. That's exactly what I need to do. Such a mess here. 19 views, 12 likes. Click the button, says Ballistic Tech. Yes, do that. I know this is not exciting, groundbreaking stuff I'm doing here, but people want to watch. If people get something out of it, awesome. And yeah, I will declutter and detangle some of these wires off stream because these are just like, ugh. Although that cluster here is coming pretty good. This is the main bank of wires. There we go. That's going to go from the main board to from the breakout board down there to the hot end, right there. So, not worried about that. It's just a few of these little other ones that need major detangling here, and yeah, figuring out where they go and what they do. This one is for the main power. We know that. Okay. do a little bit at a time here, but yeah. It's a lot of wiring involved in one of these things. Untangling wire is virtually the same as untangling filament or rope, string, etc. Never pull tight. Exactly. It takes patience. It really does. So like, for instance, if I take this, which is a stepper motor wire, this is one of the Z stepper motors. All you got to do is just, you just look through. There we go. See, that wasn't so bad. I'll grab another stepper motor wire. This is a B, motor B. Look at that. That wasn't so bad. I tried not to be too brutal with them when I undid all the wires and shoved them in a bag. This is the Z0. We're going to have to run all these anyways, so let's just get them untangled. This is A motor. There we go. And it looks like we have Z1 or Z2 right here. This is Z2. And there should be one more. No, Z0, Z2, Z1. Am I missing a motor wire? No, I think I had the other motor wire there. There is our network cable. Don't know what I had that for, but that's okay. There's our extruder motor right there. XY end stop. This is just a blank wire for some reason. What are some of the first things I've learned that I'm improving on the rebuild? Use a color that's satisfying off the bat. Don't use a color that you're going to regret using later. I thought it was cool. Turned out not being cool. Oh, there's for the tap. So this did have a tap on it. So there's the wire I was using for the tap. We'll set that aside. I don't know what I'm going to do. I still think I want to do the beacon on this. And I upgraded a few things. I put a kinematic bed on. I just finished untangling you and you're tangled again. We put the kinematic bed on. What else did I upgrade on this? We put a different hot end on, which is fine, which is here nor there. We put the gosh, I'm having a brain fart here. We put the Galileo 2 extruder on, which is different than the Clockwork 2 that we used before. There's the Z probe wire. And it's just more so, and I'm kind of challenging myself right now. I'm looking at the instructions, but at the same time, I'm trying to remember how to put this back together as much as I can without the instructions. So, which can be risky for me, but hey, I'm not going to permanently damage anything. Hot end, thermistor. All these little wires here, like this is the thermistor. This is the hot end thermistor wire. This little one is the Y end stop. These are all the ones that go from that little breakout board to the main board. And the breakout board is what this big cluster plugs into, right? So the only other wire I've got to remember, because I've forgotten to do it in a couple builds, is that I want to run whatever wire I'm running for the probe, whether it be the tap, whether it be the clicky, or whether it be the beacon. I need to make sure I run that wire up that drag chain. I don't like running wires and then, oops, I forgot I had another wire to run. So you like the old color, did you, Clayton? It's, you know what, it was kind of cool, but it was an eyesore. It was an eyesore. And plus I wanted to do the build fully using Polymaker filaments. There's the filter fan wire, which comes in later. And this is these are actually untangling nicely now. So this is the LED strip, which is coming in later. This little thin one happens to be the 80XL accelerometer wire. which we can come in later. This is the X end stop. This is the part cooling fan. This little guy should be the hot end fan. It is PCB fan. There's the hot end fan, PCB fan, same wires. This one is the Z end stop. Oh, that's this whole piece right here. So this is all that. So all the wires are untangled now. Just one more little one here, which I think was to do with my probe. I don't know what I had this wire out here for. Oh yeah, I think this was the probe. That's the wire we ran from the hot end down for the probe. Okay, but it looks like we broke. One wire is really shortened. Yeah, I definitely broke a wire here. So we're going to have to figure that out when we... I think I'm going to do the beacon probe, so I may not do all the wiring up to the hot end until I get the beacon probe in, so I don't have to rewire everything. And this is the hot end 0. This is the one that's going from the somewhere to somewhere. I don't know. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Boom. If you ever made one, it would be neon green. Neon green? Yeah. That'd be pretty bright. Your future would be bright for sure. Okay, so let's have a quick peek. Just want to make sure I get this. I can go ahead and do this Z-wire bundle because there's nothing in here that I should need to add. This is just your bed, all your bed stuff going on here and your end stops and your Z end stop, which I probably won't need, but we're going to use it anyways. And then the earth. Sounds like our Pi mount just finished printing. I didn't even look to see if it was actually successfully printing, but hey, what the heck. Okay, so we should have, I'm going to need a brown and a blue wire, and those are the ones coming out of the bed. So we have the brown and the blue wire, we have the bed neutral. And that's coming out of that, and the blue wire is coming out of the one closest to the end. So the brown and the blue, so we have the brown, so let's get this camera back on here for you. Kind of tight in here with my hands working on here, but hey, why not? What the heck? Hopefully that's focused a little bit. And I got to reach around here. So the brown is going in the outside one and the blue is going in the inside one. So this guy's going in here. And these are going to end up connecting to the main board, which is what's going to be our bed heater plugs. And the blue one in here like so. There we go. So all we're doing is extending the bed heater wires out through this brown and blue wire, which are going to be plugged into the main board down here. So, okay, and then we have our, let's see, bed thermistor. Okay, so the thermistor plugs into the bottom one here, and I believe I plugged this as the thermistor, yes. The other one was a probe. Thermistor wire goes there. Come on. There we go. So our bed thermistor's in. Then we have our probe, which I'm not going to really plug into anything because, although it didn't matter, right? Because that's a 3-pin and the bed thermistor was a 2-pin. And then all we got to do is come underneath and we have to attach our, if I turn this a little bit, we have a kind of see right in the back here. You can kind of see it right through here. We have a screw here, which is for the earth or the green grounding wire, basically. Wonder if I can stick that. I can stick that right through under here. And then this stuff is all going to actually end up being pinned in here, and then this is all got to come up so that this screws in here. Yeah, I got a little bit of wire management, cable management to do here. So it's a little awkward just right now because I turned the thing so you guys can kind of see that ground plug. So don't, you know, I make things look a lot more difficult than they are, trust me. Okay, so let's unscrew this guy. Okay, right out. If I can get my earth wire through here. Man, it's weird coming from the bottom when I can't reach in right through the bottom gap. We'll get that started. There we go. Just want to make sure that's not going to interfere with the kinematics there, which it should be fine. It's going to come right down through here. The heat bed's not going to affect that wire at all. I don't believe. It shouldn't. So ground is through there. The rest of this stuff can kind of work its way through here. Okay, let's turn this over a bit, like so. Oh, you haven't built any printers with a grounding wire in the bed or frame before? It was weird. When I built the rat rig, it was I had forgotten to ground something. I forgot to ground the frame or something. I didn't put the earth wires, the ground wires in, and when I would touch the frame of the rat rig, I get a little bit of a buzzing through my fingers. Didn't hurt or didn't. It was just I could feel a little bit of buzzing, like tingling. And turns out I had to ground the frame. So I learned a lesson there. So this is going to come up on here. This is going to go down to here, and we got a piece. I'm missing a piece down at the bottom here. So this is going to come up and screw into the top here. We're going to raise that a little bit. Can't really see what I'm looking at here, can you? No. If I lower this part of the camera, though, hang on. Let me get this a little bit lower. And then this one. There we go. And if I just kind of, that's a little better right there. There we go. So what we're looking at is the drag chain is going to come up, and it's going to screw into these holes right there. And then the drag chain is going to basically just fall down there. Yeah. Okay. So why don't here, let me try something different. Gotta love live streaming when you're kind of disorganized because, just because. Let's try something. Let's move you over here. Let's do that. There we go. Let's see if I can't make this work. That's a little better. So yeah, we have this part right here. There we go. That's a little better. Except for I crushed all my wires. There we go. So basically what I'm going to do now is I just haven't taken anything out of this old drag chain. Is we're going to put this drag chain from here, and it's going to go on down like here. But there's a piece I'm missing on the bottom where this drag chain attaches to. We'll have to put that on after. I believe those are the little M3x2s. Let me see if I have a couple of those M3x2s lying around here. No. So I've got to open my little case here. I'm kind of all over the place tonight, guys. So, oh no, those are M3x4s. Twos would be really tiny, would be really short. I'm kind of all over the place, and I apologize for that, but hey, what the heck? Always good to ground something that's next to mains. Yeah, well, the buzz wasn't hurting me, but I thought that's not right. I should not be getting a little bit of a buzz just from touching the frame of the printer. So that's why I knew I had to get something going there. Okay, so we get the first one in. It's going to make everything else easier here. There we go. I need to get my other little hex key set out of here because bit of an angle there. So we'll grab these guys. If I'm not mistaken, it's a light green one. And I'm correct. Come on. Okay. Now I just got to get this twisted and get the wires out of the way and get the second screw in here. There we go. Okay, so that one. Okay, we'll organize. We'll get these other wires down here organized afterwards. I just wanted to get that drag chain put in there. So I'm going to stand this up again. Here we go. Switch back over here. Now there's the part that goes. So this drag chain attaches to a part down here, and I know I printed that part. I just haven't brought it out yet. It's not there. It is. I swear I better have printed that part. It's an accent part. It's not that part. Hope I did. Ay, ay, ay. Such a mess. I know it's going to be orange. Well then, much to my surprise, maybe I didn't print that part. But that's okay. I can do something without it, no problem. So actually, oops, sorry. Let's go grab that Raspberry Pi mount, which we just printed here. There it is. I can actually print that other part too while I'm going, but I swear I printed it. I swear I printed it. I made sure I printed every part, but obviously I didn't. Dang. Talk about embarrassing oneself. Well, not really. I don't embarrass too easy anymore. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Let's just go ahead and quickly check, see which part that is. Here, you guys can come along on the journey. That's going to be the gantry skirt. Gantry. Is that a skirt? Is that a panel part? Skirt part? No. I never remember where to find these specific parts. Chain wire anchor. No, it's not those. No, that's not what I want. Man, anybody know what that part's called? It's in the Z drive, but panels, electronics bay, exhaust filter, spool management, Z assembly, Z cable chain hole. No, that's not the one. It's not that one either. That's not the, or is that the one? Is that the part I'm looking for right there? I don't remember. The second one. The second one. I think that's the one I want right there. Yeah, because that's where all the wires are going to come up, are going to go down through that. That's exactly what I want right there. Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, and it's not an accent part. I don't know why I thought it was an accent part. I can make it an accent part. It doesn't matter. So I can copy that there. I just never know where to find these parts, but fortunately, we found it. Thank you, bigger fish. So let's go ahead and open. Boom. We'll just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. We can use the same specs because it's not a weight-bearing part. We put it right here, and we'll just. I'm going to make that an accent color just because I can. And slice it. Should be about a 20-minute print. 28 minutes. That's okay. We'll just go ahead and print it anyways. Send and let it go. There we go. Okay. We'll let that print. Meanwhile, we've got the Raspberry Pi mount. Now, just make sure that I'm pretty sure it is this one. That is the one that goes for the Pi mount right there. And these use all those self-tapping M2 screws. Good. So I can go ahead and let me move this out of my way here. Just get this Pi mount put on. I don't know if I have those screws in here. I think they might be. I think they're in a different bin. I have way too many screws and parts. I hope they're in here. There they are. Do not fall over the edge of my bench. They're called M2x10 self-tapping screws. I got a lot of them. They're these little tiny little guys here. Here, let's there we go. These little guys here. Can't really see them. I'll put one down right in front of that. It's a little self-tapping. Tap. Self-tapping. Come on. It's too big. That's the one. So this, first of all, mounts onto this. So if I put the Pi on first, I won't be able to screw these in. I know it's yellow. I don't care about the color of the part. Color me belly yellow. Okay, there we go on there. Now we just got to go ahead and mount the Pi onto here using the same screws. I believe those are going to be, yeah, those are the right ones. Although they may be a bit long. They are a bit long, actually. They're protruding right through. It doesn't matter, but yeah, they're a bit long. But they're the shortest ones I've got. Unless, hang on. I wonder if these would work. They're not self-tapping, but they're M2s. Let's just see. I can make them self-tap. Yeah, that works. A little M2 4mm here. These are tiny, 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 tiny. Oh, man. Hang on. That's hard to do with big hands. You can kind of see how tiny those are. You can make any screw self-tapping if you push hard enough. Like so. Oh, that works. That works better. Cool. Tap dancing. It is. Andrew, you're trying too hard. Okay. There we go. Pie is mounted. Let's close this because I will spill them. Okay. Come over here. Come over here, my pretty. You guys said, your eyes are all, you guys need to get your vision checked. There we go. And then we will just go ahead and place. Let's move it down a bit. There's our pie in place. So everything on the board that's got to go on the board is on the board. Now we can just start doing some wiring a little bit. And then I'm going to worry about wire management afterwards. Okay, so why don't I start with some steppers. I'm just going to go to I'm just going to go ahead and scroll. What I'm on here is I'm on the LDO documentation. Okay, so first thing I should check is to make sure that we have all the, I'm sure, yeah, that board came out of a Voron, so I'm pretty sure, famous last words, right? I'm pretty sure all the steppers are configured correctly in this. They pretty well should be. So we're doing this, except we're doing the inverse electronics, of course. So we have all our components in place as shown there, except our plug we don't have because we don't have the skirt panels printed yet. Okay, that's going to come. And I better have, yeah, I do, good. I have the nuts in place that you've got to go into. So disaster arrived. Disaster averted, yeah. Disaster arrived. Do you think I can read? Okay, so here's the first. We're running our motors. A, B, Z0, Z1, Z2. Okay. Let's just go to this camera. What the heck? There's nothing secret to see here. So there's all my motor wires right here. All of them plus some. I have a feeling I'm missing one for some reason. Okay, so let's not worry about this for now. So let's get the motor wires going. So we have, okay, why are you loose? Oh, it doesn't matter. So this is, let me see here. This is Z1 in the back. If we are looking from the back, we should have A, B. So A and B, Z0, Z2. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we have first. We have, it feels like I'm drawing lottery, Z2, Z2, which is the far right motor up here. So let's go ahead, plug that in. The right way around. Z2. And Z2 is green. It goes in the number, oh man, 3rd from the end. So this is the end, and so it goes 1, 2, 3. Z2 goes in 1, 2, 3, 3rd from the end. It's going to be tight in here. This is the way I've mounted this board, but that's okay. I'll make my hands work. There's Z2. We're going to worry about running the wires after everything's in. I've got to figure out how I'm going to run them. Actually, that should almost run under the power supply. Yeah. I wonder if this gives a better view here. Let's see. Possibly here. I don't know what view is best. So if you run under, this inverted power supply thing's got me, power's got me all messed up as far as running wires. See, these could be a lot shorter. These could be a lot shorter. So let's just leave this. We can run this. We can run a, okay, that's Z2. We'll worry about wire management later. I just want to get these in. 3rd from the left, Z2. Next one. Hey, Jack Black. We have Z0. Excuse me, Z0. Do I hear Zingo? I'm beating Andrew Humphrey to it. Zingo. Z0 is this top left one. That is not going in too easy. Is there a bent pin on that? There is a bent pin on that. There is a little bit. Okay, let's see now. Tiny bit of a bent pin on that. Z0, here we go. Oh, you know what? I had the wrong end going in. That's not embarrassing. But the pin was bent. I think I just bent it. Z0, okay. Let's run it under the power supply too. I don't know if it's a good idea to run stepper motor wires under the power supply, but unless somebody in chat cautions me otherwise, I'm just going to go for it. Go with it. And Z0 goes in slot number 1, 2, 3, 4. Z2 is going 4th from the left. I got it in the wrong one. I got you in the wrong slot. You're supposed to go here. Okay, and then Z0, skip one and then go another one. Here we go. In there. So I'm assuming the middle one, which is the pink, is Z1. Let's see if I can find Z1. Give it the old Z2Z. Z2Z. I believe this is Z1. There's Z and there's a 1. This is Z1, which is the middle motor here. Okay, this is extremely way too, like, I've literally got to go from here to here. Like, I've got to go this far, and I've got this much wire. I am so tempted to rewire this. Let's hold off on Z1 for a minute. See, half the battle of wire management, in my humble opinion, is having decent length wires and not wires that are extremely, like, stupidly too long. Anyways, let's hold off on that one for now. Let's have a look at this one. This one we have B. B motor is the one on the... Okay, so if I have a Z, B is... So this is B on this side. This is A. No. This is B on this side. Yeah. This is the B motor. No, that's a Z motor. B, we're going... Oh, man, I'm backwards. I got this thing turned around. This is B. This is B. B. That light's blinding, isn't it? Hang on. There we go. There's B. And this is A. Process of elimination. Okay. And then A and B are the first two. A is the first one, B is the second one. A is stepper 1, B is stepper 2. So again, these are way too long. Way too long. Because all I've got to do for A is go from here to here. B is still too long because I just got to go from B to here to here. Wow. These are really long. I should do some cable. Yeah, I'm not gonna shortchange myself. Make a spring out of extra by wrapping around a pencil. Seriously? Does that work? What if I don't have a pencil? I'm sure a pen would work. I've never heard of doing that, Jack, but let's just see. Jack Black's got a great idea, but let's see. So if I'm coming down the rail here, we're going to come down the inside of the rail. We'll just zip this in here, zip this in here. So the extra length is going to start right about here. So if I wrap this, come on, wrap this. Let's see. I guess it kind of, sort of, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Nah. I wrote on my hand too. If I come down here, and we can come across and we can come out that other same thing the other one's going through, and I can basically, I can get away, my goodness, I can get away with shortening it by that much easily. Do I want to put myself through this? I have the plugs. I have the kit to do it. I know anything round. I know exactly what you meant there, Jack. Well, for now, okay, so we have A, and let's click A into the... A is orange. For some reason, A goes in the second slot, B goes in the first slot. You'd think they'd have B in the first and A in the second. You know what I meant. Okay, let's go ahead and plug in A. For now, I can just zip tie it short. I mean, this is all going to be covered up anyways. I mean, I get jealous when I see some of the really, really pretty electronics that people do, and I think to myself, Man, if I could make mine look like that. But then again, it's covered up and you don't really see it. So for now, just to save myself a headache, because you open a whole new can of worms when you start using zip ties, or start redoing connectors. So for now, we're gonna open this can of worm and throw a zip tie on here, and just to keep it kind of semi-organized here. There we go. That'll kind of do me for now. Same thing with the B motor here. We're going to come out to the side. We're going to kind of, actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to zip tie this up to the, just let me grab a different zip tie. Where are they? That's the ones I'm looking for. Zip ties are great because they're cheap. They keep things up out of your way for now, and they're easy to remove. So we'll just zip tie that kind of up out of the way here. So we know how much length we're going to need to come across here. And then I can go ahead and I can just bundle this wire up a little bit. Okay. And we'll pretty it all up later, I promise. I am a little bit OCD when it comes to this stuff, but I'm also all about getting the job done. And you go in the first slot. First stepper. There we go. Okay, you can just stay kind of tucked in there out of the way. Let's just give you a zip tie here too, just for now, temporary. I know there's these little things we can print and put in the extrusions to tie these into, but this is just my temporary fix. Just till I know everything's working. Don't do this at home, kids. Do not go by me, for I know not what I do. Hey, Sergio. There we go. And as I say, this is just temporary, just to keep these things out of my way. There we go. Okay. And the last one, the one I was going to shorten, was this one. Yeah, this one's funny, actually. The Z1 that has to literally go from here to here. Like, it's got to go an inch. I don't know if I really want to. I don't know. Well, what the heck? Let's bundle it up to. Maybe I'll shorten that one, but I will not do that on camera. That would be pure torture. Not that this isn't. Hey, Build It Basement. How are you doing, Kermit? I'm giving a lesson here in how not to wire a Voron. Okay, so this goes in. This is our Z0. That goes from there. And I swear this is the shortest cable run I've ever seen. Literally from there to there. There we go. Okay. We'll worry about all that after. Okay. Spare zip ties. I make the mistake so you don't have to. Hey, you know what? Problem is people aren't going to watch these videos long enough to see all the mistakes. But that's okay. Their loss. Okay, so let's keep looking on the electronics now. Those are our motors attached. Oh, it looks so much prettier. Look how much prettier it looks in the picture. But then again, they're not doing inverted either. Did I leave enough room to run a raceway down the middle? I don't know. Do I have any raceway? Let's just see. Whoops. Don't break your bamboo door open. I swear I had some. There we are. I have lots of this stuff. There's a full-length piece here. And a little shorty piece here. So I think there's room to run one down the middle. There kind of is. So that would be good to hide some of the wires if I ran one of these down there. You cut it to size, it always ends up short. Yeah, well, always cut a little extra. Always. Famous last words, right? Because inevitably you screw up in the crimping, or something happens, and you've got to say, okay, I got to cut just a little bit more off. I got to cut just a little bit more off. Eventually, you've cut just a little bit more off that you've cut it, of course, too short. It's happened to everybody. If you've built electronics and you say that hasn't happened to you, you're lying. And we don't allow liars on the channel. It's happened to everybody. There we go. Okay, so this, what I call raceway, speedway, channelway, whatever the way. If I run a piece just down the length of this, let's see here. Let's switch over to this guy. So if I run a piece just down the middle, that'll let me run those cables through there. And so I'm going to cut that off right about there, right about here. There we go. Okay, and the cover. About there, there. Okay, perfect. And some VHB tape. Ouch. It's just a little harp. Andrew. Okay, scrap pieces. piece is almost finished on the bamboo. And then we just got to slice this down. There we go. Some spare pieces of tape. I always keep my little offcuts like this because you never know what you need. A little wee piece, but then I end up throwing it in the garbage because it annoys me because it gets in the way. Okay, let's pop this. We'll just get the liner off. Bring it in without touching it down yet. And right about there. There we go. That'll help tidy up these cable runs a little bit. Okay, good. Good. Okay. The fart finished printing. Finished printing the orange part. This is all ABS. Again, this is oh, that's hot. This is Polymaker ABS, Polylite ABS. This is Galaxy Orange. I believe that's the color of this. Man, I got too much to look through here. Yeah, the one is Polylite ABS. The gray we're using is actually called Galaxy Dark Gray. And the orange, where's the orange box? Galaxy Orange. They're great colors. They got that nice little sparkle to them. There we go. So that's the piece we were missing, I believe, which is what we want to mount right here. And why don't I have any screw holes for mounting it? Because then the drag chain comes and it mounts onto the side here, and the wires come through and down into the bottom into the electronics, as you can kind of see right there. Somehow unless I just use T-nuts on here. Let's see what I can find. But I have to put some heat insets in here too. So let's go ahead and do that. Throw a couple heat insets in. Scooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doop. Here we go. I thought I saw a couple heat insets up here. Probably not. This won't take long. Okay. There we go. Hey, Nick. Are we hot yet? Yes, we are getting hot. Getting warmer. And then I'm going to need some T-nuts. Good, I do have M3s here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if this is hot enough Get these heat insets in. And perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, and then we are going to need probably some M3. I think 8s are going to be plenty long enough. Yes. With these, I always confuse hammerheads and T-nuts. Hammerheads are the ones you twist in, or are T-nuts the ones that you twist in? Anyways, I'm using the ones that you twist in. I always get them confused. Aquanet Extra in what pink can? Do I have a pink can showing somewhere that I don't know about? Okay. Actually, it might be easier. There's also a hole here for a zip tie. So let's see. So there's our zip tie hole. Now, if I get the wires and if I get them run through this first, so that's going to go through here like so. It might be easier to screw this on first and then put this all down here. I think that might be easier. Hammer is the twist. Yeah, I always get them mixed up. Okay, let's not worry about the wires for now. Let's get them out of the way. Let's get this in here. So what I'm doing here, I'm just going to get the drag chain attached to the piece. It might just be easier this way for now. I don't know if this is going to be easier, but hell, it's the way I'm going to do it. Okay. Okay. Now the wires are going to come down through, underneath and into the printer. And then that's going to go something like that. I think that's going to be fine. But I do want to run. Nah, I'm not going to worry about that motor wire. So let's go ahead and get the hammerhead going. Good. Okay. Perfect. That should be good. We're going to have a nice line there. So now I can go ahead and zip these wires in. There we go. That's in. So we got the drag chain in place. We'll tidy these wires up here over a little bit later. And the good thing about this is we got this all settled in and ready to go. Now, let me think. Did I do this backwards? Oh no, the whole bed moves. I was thinking these wires are going to be too short, but the whole bed moves down, which means the whole wire loom is going to move up and down with this. Okay, cool. We're cool. I just had I had a moment there for a moment. So one's generic, the others are roll in. I know some of them you can roll in, and there's some of them that you have to put in at the end of the extension before you can before you assemble it. Like the ones for the The ones for the 0.1, you have to put them in beforehand or you're screwed. But I think that's just because the rails are so small. What was this one again? What was this for? That was the XY stop. Oh, the XY stop's got to go through the other because that's going to be right up underneath here. Okay, we'll worry about that after. Okay, one thing at a time here. See, we can print parts on the fly as we go and get them in here and perfectly. Except, I'll bet that bottom cover had a cutout right here. I'll bet that bottom cover had a cutout, and then when I go to put this bottom cover on, I'm going to be screwed because I didn't put that in the right place. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have to alter that bottom cover if I want to leave this piece on. That's okay. I'll worry about that when I go to do that later. I mean, I don't even have to cover the electronics up if I don't want to. It's all a cosmetic thing anyways, right? So, okay. So, the other issue here is now the bad wires that are coming out of here that are supposed to make their way over to the main board, they've got to go on this side. So I wonder if I need to turn the main board around. Because the way I have it now is we've got the main board here, actually. Easier with this one. So the way it's looking right now is very blurry. But once I clear this up, here we go. So I may end up turning the main board around, okay, because we have all the steppers plugging in over here. We have the heater bed wires. Where are we here? Why am I blue and green? I believe it's the ones I'm using. That's the blue and brown. So if the heater bed wires coming out of here, which have to go, the brown is going to the SSR. This is what really confuses me, is what wires go where. So I may have to lengthen these wires depending on where they've got to reach to. Yeah, because this ground wire's got to come all the way over to here, over to these things down here. This brown wire, if I'm not mistaken, has to go over to the SSH, or the SSR, the relay. And then we have the blue heater wire, which is going to be, I believe, going into the heater on the board. I've got to check all those things out, though, but I may have to lengthen some wires here just because of the way this is all being done differently. Same for grounds. Yeah. Oh man, I just totally forget how this thing was all wired up, but not a big deal. That's why we have instructions. That's where I've got to actually look at the instructions and double check my work, is because I'm never sure. So, okay, well, we won't worry about that for the time being. If I have to lengthen wires, I do. I don't think turning anything around or moving anything in here is going to really change that. And it's not really too difficult to lengthen wires. I mean, it's simple. So if I focus on this for now, we can go ahead and hook our PSU up. And that is going, so we have this coming out of the PSU here. Boom. So we have these three wires coming out. We have brown, blue, and yellow. In this case, on the drawing, it's brown, blue, and green. And so the blue is going into the blue, the brown is going into the brown, or the red, and the yellow, let's see, the yellow is the PE, and then the blue is the neutral, and the brown is the live. So the yellow is kind of going into the earth, and the blue is going into the live, and the red is going into the No, red is live, blue is neutral. Okay. So basically what this is saying, and it's going into the other side. I have the main board reversed from the docks. Do I? Okay. If I look at the docks, you're right. You're right. The steppers should be, yeah. Kind of thought so. The steppers should be in the middle, pointing to the middle of the board towards the power supply. Which, you know what, it's not a big deal as long as everything reaches, but when following the documents, it might just be a little easier if I actually have it laid out the same way. So yeah, you're absolutely correct there, Teza. Yeah, you're right. So if I go ahead, it's not a big deal. I can pop this board off easily enough. Now, if I turn this, mind you, all my stepper wires, that's okay. I can unplug the steppers for now. They're all labeled. And I can worry about lengthening them later. They're all labeled. Let's just move the steppers out of the way, the stepper plugs out of the way. So if we turn this in and put that on that way instead, then we can have our steppers coming out of here. Yeah, that kind of makes more sense, although we've got to reach some power things over here, but no big deal. No big deal. So in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and insert these where they're supposed to go. Onto these panels. I need my little, oh man, I need that screwdriver I dropped. And why do I think I misplaced the handle for this thing? I used it yesterday and I thought I put it back in here. I'm just, this kit here, it fell. Nothing fell out, but the handle seems to be missing. Let's just see if it rolled anywhere under here. No. Where did it go to? Where did you go to, my little handle friend? I think I need the little Phillips for those. Let's see if I have something I can use in the meantime. Maybe not. Dang. How do I lose something so simple? And it's probably a case of I'm just almost standing on it. Although when it falls, it bounces. Things roll. I don't see it at all. That's okay. We'll make do. I don't think it can use one of these. No, it's got to be, it's a Phillips. It's a mini Phillips. Black, the bed is heated via SSR, yes, and the whole printer doesn't need, general really doesn't need much power from PSU, no. The PSU powers the, it's going to power the board a little bit. And the SS, yeah, anyway, whatever. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I'll be following the instructions. But I can't find that little, that little screwdriver handle of mine. I dropped this thing. It fell back upside down on the floor. None of the bits fell out. But the handle's missing. I used it, but I always put that flipping handle back. Always. I wonder, let me just check around this side if it rolled off. No, son of a gun. That annoys me when I lose something that's so silly that there's no excuse for losing it. Okay, well I need to find a small Phillips that I can fit into those things. I don't have a whole lot of time left tonight anyway, so I'm not overly concerned. I'm going to work on a lot on this week and try and get as much of this done as I can before my next stream. It'd be nice if I'm printing on the next stream, but with the kind of luck I have, I don't know if that's going to happen. DeWalt. Break out the DeWalt. Yeah, I need a, let's see. Do I have a bit that'll fit this? Let's see. Oh, this might work here. My Wera tools. I have this really cool Wera driver that you pull this, boom, and it extends. And then you pop that up, you put your bit in, you pop that down, and your bit's locked in. I don't think that'll fit down here. No, it's too big. It's too wide. Dang. I need my mini screwdriver. That's my torque one. Lord. This might work for now. Let's just see. Wera. See, you're even too big. Why? What was I using in there then? If that's too big. Because there's little screws down there that you have to just undo these little screws. You insert your ferrules and then you tighten those screws up. Let's just see if I have a little tool over here. Don't go there when I say little tool. I know the way you guys all think. I know I have a mini Phillips screwdriver somewhere, like a tiny one. Man. Well, we made a bit of progress, but not what I wanted to tonight because I'm having trouble finding crap. I'm having trouble finding stuff. I don't know where the handle went. I'm gonna find it after the stream, I know, but I'll be damned if I know where it went to. It escaped from my misuse. Yeah. I wonder. Hang on. Nope. I have a poop load of little Phillips screwdrivers somewhere. It's one of those things, you get these little tools in the kits and you say, I'm going to hang on to them because I can use them. They'll eventually come in handy. Let's see. That's not a Phillips. That might work. Hang on. That's not it. Okay, this isn't a Phillips, but it might work. I'm just over off camera here perusing a drawer, a little parts drawer. This might work. This might work. It's not a Phillips. It's a flathead, but it might work. It's not too big for the hole. It does work. It does work. Ferrule tight. It does work. Yay. Okay, blue. I know my hand's right in the way. Yay, blue. Red. Oh, they're already loosened. No wonder I can't loosen them anymore. They're already loosened. And red. There we go. Good, we got them in. So now I can't, I've got 2 of these. I just will not lose them. Well, duh. Of course I'll lose them. Ah, that handle has got to pop up somewhere. Okay. Then we're going from our power inlet. Ah, that's the one I haven't hooked up yet, but that means that's okay. It still it doesn't mean I can't just at least get these put in. So these are the pieces for the power inlet, which in this case is likely going to go. I don't know where we're going to put the power inlet on this yet. Might even put it on the front somewhere. But this goes in the ground blue and red as well. I love that they're color coded really well. And these go on the other side. So the power inlet's probably going to go, probably back over here somewhere, depending on what we do. So anyways, let's get these put in. Let's get the earth put in. Doesn't really matter which one. There's 2 in each. Nope, I missed. I missed again. What the heck? Got it. Now the blue. Got it. Now the red. Okay, got it. So there's our power inlet. Okay, that's going to bring in power, go into the power PSU. Then we have the PSU out. This is going to controller. This is going to go into the end of the controller board here somewhere. Do not run power wires over the Pi. You'll cook over the Pi. No, we will run them. I'll run those probably along to the side and over this way, or we'll run them through. Let's see, we'll run them down through here, up here, and along the side, something like that. So we won't run them over. They'll be run over across the side. I don't like running anything over anything, period. Even the control board, nothing if I can avoid it. And then that'll go into the power inlet there. That'll stay there when the lid is on, etc. And then the power inlet, which is right here, this will sit over here somewhere, and that'll plug into that. And Bob's your uncle type thing. So, yeah. Teza, you're right. I loosened them when I disassembled it, and that's why I tried to loosen them again. So, okay, so we got that part done. Let's see if I can be, well, I've got a little bit of time. Ground wire, we're going to ground to the frame. Yes, we have to ground to the frame, but we'll do that after. I can do that with anything, and see if I can't bring the 3 PSU wires, 24 volt PSU to the controller. So these guys are going to the controller. We have 4 powers and a negative 4 pluses and the negative, and they're going to come in here. I'll do that next time. I'll do that during the week or something, but we got quite a few things done here right now. So yeah, a bit of a mess, but yeah, it is what it is. I can get rid of some more of these parts now I don't really need. I just hang on to these because you never know when they're going to come in handy. There we go. I'm going to make an effort to order a beacon probe. I really want to put a beacon on this thing, and I think I want to put the beacon on before I run the wires to the head, so I don't have to open up the drag chains and run wires in after. I want to run it all at once. So another short raceway, probably. I got room up here. I got a little bit of room up here for a raceway. I've got a little bit of room over here for a raceway, and I've even got room here for a raceway. And I have a couple little pieces here, and then I have other. I think I have another couple pieces over there. But yeah, we got lots of raceway. This stuff is dirt cheap, anyways. So there we go. I don't need to keep the pie box. Oh darn! I didn't read. I can't believe I didn't read all the instructions for the Raspberry Pi. Oh, it's not English, that's why. There we go. Anyways, guys, listen, thanks for putting up with me tonight. It looks like there's a whole 16 people that kind of stuck around with me, but thank you so much for putting up with me tonight. I appreciate it. But unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. And I'm going to get as much of this done as I can through the week. I really want to get this done to move on to other projects. I don't know if anybody saw a little teaser I put out in X, formerly Twitter, but we do have something, hopefully sooner than later, something interesting and different coming to the channel that's being sent to me. Supposedly it's going to ship this week from China. We'll see. But it's something quite different. So thank you, everybody. Like and subscribe. I'm 10 away, at least started this stream. I was 10 subscribers away from 2,000. It's taken me 2 years to get the 2,000 mark, from 1,000 to 2,000. So 2 years to get 1,000 subscribers. So it's my own fault. It's the content I do and the fact that I'm not doing enough actual videos instead of live. But that's going to change moving forward. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the new year. So until so keep an eye out. Come back next week. I'm going to have hopefully a lot more done on this. Hopefully getting ready to put some plastic through, depending on if my parts come in on time. So I will talk to everybody later. Everybody have a great week. And again, thanks so much for being here, and I appreciate you all. Bye for now.